Have you ever wondered where successful e-commerce entrepreneurs find their products? Well, in this video, you'll learn how to find profitable products to sell online. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell button to be notified when new videos come out. Now, more than half of the battle of starting a successful online store involves finding the right products to sell online. And as a result, I receive between 4 and 5 emails per day from readers asking me for niche ideas. Steve, I'm so ready to start my online business, but I have no idea what to sell. Can you just give me 2 or 3 good niches and I'll do all the work from there? Steve, I enjoyed reading your 6-step program and I was wondering if you had some good ideas that you would like to pursue but don't have the time. Now, the funny thing about finding the right niche is that it's really difficult to just sit down, brainstorm mindlessly, and hope to find the right product to sell. Sure, you might get lucky and come up with a great product idea this way, but if you're anything like me, creative ideas don't just fall from the sky very often, if ever at all. In fact, when I try to think of niches on my own, I often end up wasting my time on commonplace goods that are way too saturated or brilliant ideas that have zero demand. So here's the thing. You can't take a completely random approach to the niche finding process or else you'll end up brainstorming forever. So today, I'm going to teach you a methodical approach to finding the best, most profitable products to sell online. And these are real methods that I use every single day that are based on real-life sales data and a specialized set of tools to help me out. And as I show you my process, the important thing to realize is that you can't let your experiences or your personal preferences bias your thinking. Otherwise, you'll get stuck on a dead-end business idea. In my experience, the best way to break out of a creative funk is by relying on computers and data because they are 100% impartial. Also, if you're curious about what I sell online, you can click here to check out my little online shop. Now, when it comes to selling physical goods online, I always like to start with a certain set of guidelines during the product selection process. Now, because selling online is completely different than selling in a brick and mortar store, you want to choose products to sell that are conducive to online purchases and appeal to the typical online buyer. So here are some of my must-have product guidelines when choosing what to sell. Now, the product should not be fragile and easy to ship. Now, because we're going to be shipping products through the mail, you can avoid most headaches if you choose a product to sell that will not break during shipment. The product should not take up that much physical space. Certain e-commerce business models require carrying inventory, so it's in your best interest to choose something small to sell and preferably an item that fits in a shoebox. The product's inherent value should be ambiguous. So for example, I would never sell electronics because there is a set value for your goods that everyone is aware of. On the contrary, keepsakes and informational goods are much harder to place a price tag on. The product should be timeless. Once again, I would never sell electronics because they lose value the longer they stay on the shelf. Avoid seasonal goods. In general, you don't want to choose products that are only purchased during a specific time of year. So for example, I would tend to avoid selling Halloween costumes. Sell goods that sell from $20 to $200. This is the sweet spot for pricing for online purchases. Now, the following product guidelines are nice to have when choosing what to sell, so you might want to ask yourself the following questions. Have you chosen a niche with related products you can expand into? Now, while we primarily sell handkerchiefs in our store, we've branded our shop as a linen store so we can easily expand to other markets. Do your products lend to customers ordering more than one? Now, when we sell handkerchiefs to a bride, we rarely sell one. Instead, a typical bride will buy at least 4 and sometimes as many as 10. Can your products be personalized? Now, the margins for personalized products are always going to be higher than regular products. So if you can offer customized goods, you can charge more for them. Are your products consumable? Now, what's nice about consumables is that your repeat customer rate will be high. As a result, your sales will tend to be more stable. Does your niche have a fan base? I like to choose products that have dedicated blogs or fan pages because you have an instant set of customers to market to. Do your products lend itself to content creation? Now, when you own your own shop, search engine optimization will be an excellent source of traffic to your store. And as a result, the more content you can put out, the more likely you will rank. Do your products have a lot of accessories? Many online stores make most of their margins on the accessories that they sell. So it's in your best interest to offer goods that are conducive to upsells and cross-sells. Now, here are the 3 types of products that you can sell online. Now, because there are so many different types of products that you can sell, you also need to think about what purpose your product serves. Is your product like a candy? A candy-like product is a product that doesn't really solve any problems or offer any inherent benefits, but it's a nice to have. People enjoy buying them because they bring immediate pleasure, and they can be super profitable if they become trendy or become a fad. So for example, fidget spinners were a popular candy and they sold hundreds of millions of units worldwide in a short period of time, but sales eventually fell off of a cliff. Now the problem with candy products is that when they go out of style, sales plummet. Now you want to ride the wave while it lasts, but you can't expect long-term gains. Is your product like a vitamin? A vitamin-like product is a product that has long-term positives and solves an emotional need, but it's very difficult to quantify the benefits. So for example, I take Airborne when I'm sick, but I have absolutely no idea whether it actually does anything, but it does make me believe that I'm fighting my illness, so I continue to buy it. Now, the most successful vitamin-like products become a habit, like Airborne, and create a psychological need. Now, is your product a painkiller? Well, painkillers solve an immediate need and are the best types of products to sell online. Now, one of the students in my Create a Profitable Online Store course, Abby, makes millions every year selling special insoles for women's high-heeled shoes. Now, I'm a guy, so I have no idea what it's like to wear high heels, but apparently it's extremely uncomfortable to wear all day because her products sell like hotcakes. Now, women all over the world have foot pain, and her insoles solve an immediate need. I also have a friend, Kevin, who sells a laser hair growth product for men, and he makes tens of millions of dollars every year. Now, this product I can relate to because if I was losing my hair, I would spend gobs and gobs of money on products to get it back. So bottom line, the holy grail of e-commerce is to sell a product that solves an immediate problem. But most likely, you'll find a product that lies somewhere in between a vitamin and a painkiller, and that's perfectly fine. You can actually make money no matter what type of product you choose if you execute properly. In any case, once you've reviewed these guidelines, it's time to start the brainstorming process. From here, I'm going to go over the tools and the platforms that I use to find profitable products to sell that meet these criteria. So here's how to find products to sell using Amazon sales data. Now, Amazon is slowly becoming the de facto standard for online shopping in the US with the greatest e-commerce market share of any individual company. So as a result, sales data derived from Amazon is a great representation of overall demand. In fact, more and more people are going straight to Amazon for all their online shopping needs while bypassing Google and smaller online boutiques. Now, at first glance, it's not obvious that you can derive actual sales numbers from Amazon, but I'll show you how. Did you know that every item sold on Amazon is assigned a BSR, or best sellers rank? Now, this number is used by Amazon to rank how well a product is selling compared to others within the same category. So for example, here is the BSR rating for silicone baking mats on Amazon. So what does the BSR tell you about a particular product? Well, based on the BSR, you can make an educated guess on how many units are sold per day. So here's a BSR to sales chart provided by my buddy Greg Mercer if you want to do your own Amazon sales analysis. Now, using the silicone baking mat example, a BSR of 7228 corresponds to about 10 sales per day. So in a nutshell, you can browse Amazon for product ideas and know roughly how well a product is selling by looking at the BSR. And through some persistence and hard work, you can probably find a profitable niche to pursue. Or you can use the Amazon product research tool Jungle Scout. Now, using the method that I just described to gauge demand works great, but it's extremely tedious, which is why I like to use a tool called Jungle Scout to help with the research. Jungle Scout greatly speeds up the process by nicely collating all the products on Amazon into a nice table for consumption. In addition, it can also point out specific products on Amazon that match your criteria. So for example, I can have Jungle Scout return me all the products under the kitchen and dining category that make at least $5,000 a month with less than 100 reviews. This is extremely powerful. Now, in addition to Jungle Scout, I can also use an Amazon keyword research tool made by Viral Launch to help me find keywords for products that people are searching for on Amazon. After all, if people aren't looking for the product that you want to sell on Amazon, then you won't make any sales. Now, what's powerful about the Viral Launch keyword tool is that it finds and collates keywords for you that have high search volume and low competition. And by assigning a star rating for every keyword, you can instantly know which keywords and products have high demand and low competition. All right, so here are just some additional guidelines for a great product to sell on Amazon. Now, as you scan through all the products on Amazon using Jungle Scout, here's what you need to keep in mind. Does the overall market have sufficient demand? So even if you can find a single product on Amazon that sells reasonably well, it's important to gauge the size of the overall market for demand. And the best way to verify demand is to look at the monthly sales estimates for similar products on the front page for your product keywords. So personally, I like to see at least 1,500 sales per month across all the sellers on the front page after eliminating the unrelated products. Now, you also have to gauge the competition. On Amazon, the overall strength of a product listing can be approximated by the number of reviews that it has amassed. And in general, I like to see the average review count for the listings on the front page for your product keywords to be under 100 reviews. And most importantly, can you add value? Years ago, you could just throw up any product on Amazon and it would sell. But today, you need to think about how you can add value to the existing market by making a better mousetrap. As a result, I always take a deeper dive into the competition to see if I can sell a product that has superior benefits to what is already out there. So for example, let's say I want to sell yoga mats online. Well, because yoga mats is an extremely competitive market, I might want to differentiate my product by offering a special 6-inch mat that no one else is selling. Now, as I'm looking at the competitors on Amazon using Jungle Scout, what I don't want to see are 1 or 2 sellers completely dominating the market. A dominant seller usually means that the product has a strong brand that is driving sales, which makes it much more difficult for you to break into the market. And then finally, are your margins high enough? Ultimately, the goal of selling products online is to make a profit. So you need to look at the average selling price and make sure that you can source the product at a sufficient margin. And in general, I shy away from any product that does not sell for at least $20, and the cheapest place to source products online is generally from Asia. Now, is your product niche enough? Now, the best products to sell online cannot be readily purchased at brick and mortar stores, and as a result, try to pick a product that is more obscure and not mainstream. So for example, my online store sells handkerchiefs online, which generally cannot be found in most stores. Now, you can also use eBay sales data to find products to sell. Now, similar to Amazon, eBay is also a great place to look for potential products in your store. And even though Amazon is a much larger marketplace, eBay is actually a great place to do research because you have access to sales data in real time. A lot of sellers on eBay bulk import goods from Asia at a very low price and just simply list them on eBay for a profit. However, because eBay's selling fees are quite high, it's hard to make a good profit on auctions. So if you can find high demand goods on eBay and create your own online store around these items, you can potentially make a lot of sales and not have to pay eBay's high final value fees. In fact, my wife and I started on eBay for our listing by listing our goods with auctions in order to gauge demand before we launched our full-blown online store. Now, to brainstorm products to sell on eBay, simply type a product on eBay's search bar and then look for the sold listings link in the sidebar and click on the checkbox. Voila! eBay will now display a listing of products that have sold in the product category of your choice along with the final selling price. And with this info, you should be able to get a good idea of the demand and the selling price of a wide variety of products. Now, you can also use Google search to find products to sell. Now, while some people like to shop on Amazon or eBay, others go straight to the search engines to do all their online shopping. And since Google is the largest search engine in the world, it makes sense to look at what people are searching for to find good products to sell. Now, the easiest way to obtain search data is by using the Google Keyword Planner, which is a free tool from Google. And by looking at the exact keywords that people are typing in, you can get a good idea of what products are in demand and how much revenue you can generate. However, interpreting the search results can be a little tricky. For one thing, you need to only look at keywords that are product focused. So for example, the keyword outdoor gardening tips would not be a good keyword to focus on because people are likely looking for information. A much better keyword to target would be something much more specific like plastic compost bin. The other thing you must consider is the competition for that keyword and how hard it is to rank in search, which is information that is not provided by Google's Keyword Planner. Now, to analyze product demand and competition in search, I like to use a tool called Longtail Pro. Now, like the other tools I mentioned in this post, Longtail Pro is a tool that nicely collates the Google search results and tells you how much competition a keyword has in search. Now, the key thing to realize when finding products to sell using Google is that not everyone who performs a search is looking to buy. In fact, most of the searches conducted on Google are for information. As a result, when I do keyword research, I also perform these additional checks. First off, I make sure that most of the listings that come up for a given keyword are for commercial use. If I see a bunch of blogs and information sites on the front page, then that's generally a bad sign. I also take a deep dive into the other websites on the front page to see if I can build a better looking and more usable website. Because remember, the success of your business not only depends on whether you can get traffic, but whether you can stand out among the competition as well. All right, so finding and sourcing products to sell does not have to be a haphazard experience, and as I've demonstrated, there is a wealth of data out there that can help you narrow down what you want to sell online. And once you have a few product ideas in mind, you can then further narrow things down by performing a supply, demand, and competitive analysis on your niche. Now, if you find that you can make a good profit on your goods and you can do a better job than your competition, then I say go for it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you like what you saw, there's actually a lot more where that came from if you subscribe to my channel below. And if you are interested in learning how to sell physical products online, then click over here and take my free 6-day mini course where I'll walk you through everything that you need to know to get started in e-commerce. Thanks for watching.